Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor woodcutter. He made a living by collecting wood from the nearby forest and selling it to feed his family. Despite his poverty, the woodcutter was a kind man with strong morals. He was always ready to help others and cared deeply for the animals and birds around him. One sunny day, after spending hours in the forest chopping wood, the woodcutter grew very tired. He decided to rest under the shade of a large tree. The cool breeze and the rustling of the leaves made it a peaceful spot to relax. But as he lay there looking up at the branches, something caught his eye that startled him. High up in the tree, a snake was slithering toward a nest. The nest belonged to a pair of doves, and inside it were their young chicks. The chicks were chirping loudly, trembling with fear as the snake got closer. The dove parents were nowhere in sight to protect their little ones. The woodcutter's heart filled with compassion for the helpless chicks. Forgetting his exhaustion, he immediately jumped to his feet. He couldn't bear to see the tiny creatures harmed. Without a second thought, he began climbing the tree as quickly as he could. His only aim was to scare the snake away and save the chicks. The snake, sensing danger, turned away and slithered down the tree to escape. By this time, the dove parents had returned. They saw the woodcutter climbing their tree and assumed he was trying to harm their chicks. The sight of a human near their nest filled them with anger and fear. Believing the worst, the doves attacked the woodcutter, pecking at him in fury. The poor woodcutter was caught off guard. He tried to shield himself from the angry birds, but their sharp beaks left him with cuts and bruises. Despite the pain, he managed to climb down safely. Gasping for breath, he sat under the tree to recover. Meanwhile, the doves flew to their nest to check on their chicks. To their relief, the young ones were safe and sound. The frightened chicks quickly chirped their story, explaining how the woodcutter had saved them from the snake. The doves then noticed the snake slithering away from the tree and realized their terrible mistake. They had attacked the very man who had risked his life to protect their family. Feeling ashamed of their actions, the doves wanted to make amends. The mother dove remembered a valuable pearl necklace she had found by the village pond a few days earlier. She had kept it hidden in the nest, thinking it might be useful someday. Now, it seemed like the perfect way to thank the kind woodcutter. The doves carefully took the necklace and flew down to where the woodcutter was sitting. They placed the necklace in front of him and stayed a little distance away, cooing softly as if to apologize. The woodcutter was surprised to see the gift. When he understood what it meant, a warm smile spread across his face. He realized the doves were thanking him for saving their chicks. The woodcutter picked up the necklace and looked up at the doves. "Thank you," he said with a gentle voice. "You didn't need to give me anything. Saving your little ones was reward enough." But he was grateful for the valuable gift. He looked up to the sky and thanked Allah for this unexpected blessing. Carrying the bundle of wood on his head, the woodcutter began his journey back to the village. the doves flew above him, not to attack him this time, but to bid him farewell. They cooed happily, circling in the sky, as if they were cheering for their new friend. The woodcutter returned home that evening with a heart full of joy. The necklace would help him provide a better life for his family, but more importantly, he felt peace knowing he had done the right thing. His act of kindness not only saved innocent lives, but also created a bond of gratitude and trust between him and the doves. From that day on, whenever the woodcutter went to the forest, the doves would fly over him, watching him as if they were his protectors. The woodcutter, in turn, always looked out for the birds and other animals in the forest, showing kindness to all living things. And so, the story of the compassionate woodcutter and the grateful doves became a tale that was passed down in the village, inspiring others to act with kindness, courage, and gratitude. Moral of the story: avoid jumping to conclusions. The doves assumed the woodcutter was harming their chicks without understanding his intentions, leading to regret. It's a reminder to seek the truth before reacting.
Subscribe.